Welcome to Jim Meyer Racing Products Inside Look. Today we'll be showing the assembly of a 48-inch ladder bar for your gas or chassis or rear suspension kit. Here is the completed bar coming out of the jig. We'll time lapse through the build of its partner bar. Notice the built-in adjustability of our suspension. The chassis mounting end features a heavy-duty spherical rod end. The housing mounting end utilizes solid rod eyes and right and left hand adjuster. Alignment marks are used to verify the locations of all the components in this assembly. We set the ends 5 revolutions from bottomed out. Spacers are used to support the bar at the correct height and limit heat loss into the bench. Before striking an arc, we'll test fit the components and check tube fitment. Once we're satisfied with tube fitment, we'll go ahead and we'll square the first vertical support tube and tack. Recheck square and 3-position tack the tube in place. The chromoly support tube is put into place and the second vertical support tube is squared and tacked into place. We'll switch rods for the chromoly and tack it into place. Again, the chromoly support tube will be put into place and the final support tube is tacked, followed by the chromoly support. Once the support tubes are tacked, we'll recheck fitment at the front and tack the lower bar to the upper bar. Working down the bar, we'll weld the first quarter of the seam. Using a pulse TIG weld, we'll minimize the heat effect zone without compromising strength of the weld. Rebrushing our weld zone and repositioning the table to finish welding the top half of the bar. Once the bar is finished on the top, we'll allow it to cool in the jig to minimize the possibility of warpage. We flipped the bar and reinstalled it in the jig and completed the majority of the welding. A small section is being welded once the tubes have had a chance to cool. This allows the expanding gases to escape and prevent blowout. The tube is now cool enough to remove from the jig and inspect the welds. We appreciate you joining us at Jim Meyer Racing Products. This has been an inside look at the assembly of a 48-inch ladder bar for your gas or chassis or rear suspension kit. I'd like to thank JD Beach for this awesome t-shirt and remind you all to support your local racers, tracks, and the sponsors that make it all possible.